It's the King J, back with another video. But I'm not here alone. I'm here with one of the greatest Ravens to even breathe on the earth. We're here with ImortalXSoul. Welcome on board, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
Bro, it's a pleasure, man. I want to know a lot about Raven, but before we get into that, I want to know, what do you think about this character in Tekken 8?
I think this character is very versatile, so they kind of patched up a lot of holes that Master Raven had in Tekken 7, and they just improved the character overall. He's more, she was a versatile character in 7, and he's even more of a versatile character in Tekken 8. So I definitely feel like he's strong, even compared to the cast. He's quite strong. He has a lot of heat stuff that he can abuse. He's got good movement. So actually, he has, I think, his top 3 backdashes in the game. So he has a very, very top tier backdash now. So he can get away from opponents very easily, and you know, he can control the space a lot with crouch dash. So that's one thing that Raven's crouch dash, you can chain them.
Yeah.
So it's a consistent high crush state. So he has 2. So he has QCF and then cancel with up. So like this. But then he has the other one, which is like in crouch. If you do like a slide motion in crouch, he does this crouch step, and this is like a high crush state. So as you can imagine, this is like super strong, because he has, you know, while standing 2, counter hit launch, and you can chain him.
Damn.
Yeah, so he's always in full crouch, so that's why I could do the sweep there, because he's always in full crouch, and then he evades high moves. So approaching Mishima characters is really, I'm not gonna say it's easy, because it's never easy to approach Mishima, but it makes it easier to approach characters that have really strong high moves. So yeah, Raven's movement is really good, and they've, you know, both his punishment, both his frames overall. So I don't really think Raven is a super strong character in Tekken 8.
Okay, fair enough. So like that fast step, just show me one more time, man. It just looks so glorious the way you do it.
Oh, the wave dash.
Yeah.
So like you go in crouch and then you slide, but then you have to press like down, forward, neutral, down, forward, neutral. So it's a weird input.
That looks that looks mad.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So like, what you see, Raven, would you say Master Raven was a better character than Raven in this game, or is it too different to tell because of the different mechanics in this game?
I think if I would compare the strength, I think release season 4 Master Raven is the stronger character, because they took away like the back turn throw mix up. So like she had a 1+2 throw in back turn, Undertaker throw. So she had this throw in back turn.
Okay.
But they took that away from Raven, so Raven doesn't have that anymore. So he doesn't have, so if I press 1+4 in back turn, that's gone now. So his throws are just generic again, like they were in season 3 and before. So another big one is back turn down 4. So remember when back turn down 4 is +3 on hit, now it's -4 on hit and launch on block. So losing this move is really, yeah, is a big thing. So I think Master Raven had more brain dead strategies to rob people. Like up forward 4 was also stronger as well in Tekken 7. But in this game, I feel like Raven is a more fundamentally solid character, because he has better punishment, better frames. He has a better stance. Like this Soul Zone stance is just a way better stance than Haze. It's more applicable. You can use it in combos. You can use it for mix-ups. You can even do it from full crouch. By pressing full crouch down 3+4. So you can do wave dash and then Soul Zone. So yeah, he has way more threatening mix-ups. It's just you kind of have to control the character a little bit more. So I feel like Raven is a harder character, but he is stronger than end game Tekken 7 Master Raven. So he's in between release season 4 Master Raven and end game Master Raven, in my opinion. So yeah. Quite similar in strength, but I just feel like release season 4 Master Raven had the damage, the war combo damage. She had, you know, she was fresh off the buffs, so she was super strong. But this Raven is still super strong though, I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you know, if I along with everyone else that's watching this wants to know like Raven's punishment, what is Raven's standing punishment and Raven's while standing punishment from 10 to 15?
Yeah, so we're gonna start with 10 frame. So his 10 frame, you can either do 1-2, because this has the most range. But if you want optimal, it's 2-4.
Okay.
And if it's on hit, he goes into crouch dash. But you can cancel the crouch dash, which is what I like to do, and hold back, so he doesn't go into crouch dash. So both of them are +8 on hit. And actually, in Tekken 7, this move was punishable. It was -12 on block, but it doesn't jail anymore. So you can duck it. Yeah. So they changed it. So it's still a really, really good punish. It does quite a lot of damage for a 10 frame. I'll just get hit by it. So you can see. Yeah. So 28 damage for, or I think 27 damage because it hit the wall. But 27 damage for an I-10, pretty decent. Now he doesn't have an 11 frame, so we're gonna switch to 12.
Okay.
So 12 frame is 4-1, which goes to back turn +7. So now he actually get legit frame trap. So that is actually a frame trap. And also this is a frame trap. Whereas previously it was +5. So you could interrupt him doing this with a jab or something. So yeah, his punishment was buffed. His 13 frame is really, really good also. It's down back to 1. And it's a very, very long range punish. So if moves have pushback, like, I don't know, Leo's down for 2, it will always punish it regardless of range. So this one is really, really strong. Now, also, you can go into Soul Zone for a mix from that punish.
Okay.
So that's why it's strong as well. So you can kind of just do whatever you want from that move. So yeah, that's 13 frame. And her problem, Master Raven's problem in Tekken 7 was that she didn't have a viable 14 frame, but now he does have a 14 frame, which is down forward 1-4. Massive damage. So that's nearly 40 damage for a 14 frame, which is crazy. So, punishment buff there. One of Raven's weaknesses is he does not have a 15 frame launcher. So down forward 2 is actually 16. So you would be able to launch at 16 frames. So his 15 frame, like if I block a rage art, is down forward 4-4-3. But that's his optimal punish for 15 frames.
Wow.
So that's his standard punishment in a nutshell. And then obviously his launch is 16 frames. So yeah, that's his standing punishment. So we're gonna move to while standing punishment. So his while standing punishment isn't the best until launch, which is actually 14. So that's where his while standing punishment becomes really good at 14 frames because he can launch quicker than other characters. But then for 11 frame, 12 and 13, he just has while standing 4. So he takes sacrifice in the safer while standing punishment, but then when it comes to launch, he can launch, for example, Jin's down 2, which is -14 on block. So I don't mind it because I can launch a lot of things characters can't in crouch. So I don't think it's that worrisome that he doesn't have anything other than while standing 4 until launch, because this is really good anyway. So that's his punishment.
Nice. All right, cool. So obviously Raven is a tricky mix-up character, and I know that Raven has like stances and stuff. So I just want to know, what is Raven's key moves and stances, just in a nutshell, like kind of like summarize, like what stuff does Raven have?
Okay, so I'll just touch upon I think his best mid poke now is down forward 1 because you can't step it. So I'm gonna do jab down forward 1.
Okay.
And step left.
Okay.
It's gonna track you. Then try to side step right. It's also gonna track you. So I think the only character that can step it is Lily, and she has to be right at this distance. If she's even this distance, she can't step it. So it's basically homing. I don't know whether that was intended. I say it's working as intended, but yeah, I don't know if it's working as intended, but it is a homing move essentially. So this is his best mid poke in my opinion. Forward 2-3 has been made safe now. It was -10 in Tekken 7. So this has been made safe. Really, really long range mid poke. Like the range is crazy. So that's also another key move in neutral. 3-3 is another key move in neutral. Let's move on to some lows and then we'll go into stance.
Okay.
So his best lows, down 4. That's his probably his best low in neutral. Then we have down 3, and then we have full crouch down for 3, which is his haze 3 low. So they took haze 3 and gave it to him in full crouch. So on counter hit, that's why he gets on counter hit. And also if you try to punish it with while standing 4, it's safe, so you can parry because it's -9 on block. So yeah, this move is really, really strong. And you can force a lot of mind games with that move. So that's full crouch down forward 3, and then he has his sweep obviously, which also forces a mix. So the mix here would be Soul Zone 4, Soul Zone 2, or you could you reset the stage because I don't want the floor to break.
Okay.
Thank you. So you can be big brain and do stuff like this. So you don't always have to go for that immediate timing. So he can do other stuff. So yeah, with the help of Soul Zone and other stance transitions. So those are his kind of key moves from neutral. I didn't want to give you too many. While standing 2 as well is really good. Down back 2, but we all knew that. So stances now. Okay, Soul Zone. So his best moves from Soul Zone are Soul Zone 2, which is a heat engager, and it heat engage launches as well.
Wow.
Which you can actually hit confirm, by the way. You can hit confirm this. So you can do Soul Zone 2, see it hits, and then hold forward. If they block it, you don't have to burn the heat dash. So yeah, this is really, really strong. Then we have Soul Zone 3, which is essentially a longer range down back 2 because it has the same frames. So it's +5 on hit and -4 on block. And goes into back turn. So the same frames as down back 2, it's just longer range, essentially, and it low crushes. So this is good, and it has an extension. So you kind of have to respect this move if you don't want to get hit with the clones. You kind of just have to stand there and block. And then now he's in full back turn. So you can go for back turn mix. So that's Soul Zone 3, really, really good. Soul Zone 4 is a good low, but it is launch on block, -16. I'm going to show you something cool. So he can space the low to be, so if you just hold down back. So from like this range, that was -12. So he can space it to be -9. As you can see, it's -10 there, but you can actually space it to be -9, so that's safe. So yeah, you can, it's really cheap. And after some setups, you can do forward 2-3 into Soul Zone 4, and it will be safe on block. So Soul Zone 4 is really good. It is launch on block, but it's you know, it's a counter hit launcher as well. So key charge. So yeah, it's a counter hit launcher. So that's Soul Zone 4.
Wow.
Now, let's talk about White Hole from Soul Zone. So White Hole is just a teleport, but you can be in different orientations depending on what button you press. So you can press, so to go into White Hole, you just need to do Soul Zone, which is 3+4, and then press a direction. So to go into back turn, you hold back. To go into full crouch, you press down. And then to go into neutral, you press up. So there's so many mix-ups you can do with this. So that's definitely one of his key moves from Soul Zone. So back turn, I'm going to give you 2 mids from back turn and then a couple of lows as well. And then power crush, we'll cover power crush. So back turn, back 2 is his best mid. It jails, it's safe. You can't duck this if you, yeah, if you block the first hit, you can't duck. So it jails. And then on hit, it's +2 now. So they buffed the plus frames because that was neutral on hit before in Tekken 7. So this is actually +2 and does more damage. I think it does 3 points more damage. So way stronger than Tekken 7. Now his fastest mid out of back turn is forward 3, which you can go into back turn from by holding back. And on counter hit, oh, let's get away from the wall. Yeah, 40 damage on counter hit.
That 4-4-2. Oh.
Yeah, forward 4-2.
Okay.
So counter hit, back turn 4-3, 4-4-2.
Ah.
For crazy damage. And that's the same situation with back turn power crush as well. 43 damage from power crush. So yeah. Oh, let me talk about back turn G Clef. So I think in exchange for taking away the back turn throw mix, they gave him a G Clef from back turn. So on counter hit, so on normal hit, if you get hit by the first 2 and then block.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad.
Or the first one and then block, you'll be able to block it. But on counter hit, if you get hit with the first one, you can't block. So that's a back turn G Clef. Now, where this gets crazy is that he has different jab string options. So this is back turn 2-2-1. Then he has back turn 2-1. And then back turn 2-1 into back turn, so hold back. And then back turn 2-1 crouch dash. And then back turn 2-1 crouch dash into throws. So he has so many options from this kind of sequence. He also has back turn 2-2 Soul Zone, which is ridiculous. I've seen a lot of top Raven players using this. Crazy. So yeah, that's back turn G Clef. His new back turn move is back turn 4, which is a heat engager. So this is good for, you know, the people that like to crouch jab a lot or do generic lows when Raven's in back turn. And it also launches. Oh. So yeah, you can see it launches and it's super, super strong. So I think those are his moves in back turn. Some lows as well. I mean, his only viable low now really is back turn forward 4. Now, if you try to punish this with while standing 4, it will also save. So same situation as this one, save.
How are you parrying it? Is it? Oh, how you?
Back turn forward 1+2.
Okay.
Yeah, because he has a few parries. So he has like escape parry, which is back 1+3 or 2+4, and then for that parry I was doing is back turn forward 1+2. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So those are his useful parries. He has like back 2 as well. It's the same as Tekken 7, but you have to time it with an attack to get the parry. So it's a little bit difficult to time it.
So do jab and then do back 2.
Yeah. So
but it seems slower though than Tekken.
It is slower. Yeah, they nerfed it. Yeah. But it's not as useful. This move by itself, if you get hit with the actual move, is better because it doesn't push back as far. So it does a lot of damage, and it doesn't push back as far. So down back 2 is always guaranteed as a frame trap. So yeah, that's his parry. I was talking about back turn forward 4. So he has back turn forward 4, but then he also has back turn forward 4-1, which is replaces Master Raven's back turn forward 4-3. So he doesn't have that, the double kick move.
Yeah.
So they changed it with it still acts as the same type of move, but it's just a different input. And now he can go into Soul Zone from that at +8.
Wow. The mix is mixing, boy.
Yeah. So I like this one.
What? Nah. What? Yeah, nah.
Yeah, he's a mix-up monster. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy there, man.
So yeah, those are his key moves. I think overall, from stances, from neutral, and full crouch. Yeah, I would say those are his key moves. All
right, cool. Well, what do you think about Raven in terms of top tier, middle tier, lower tier? Because everyone loves to know where their character is and stuff like that. And Raven we don't see much of Raven in ranked or anything like that. So it'd be good to know where you would place Raven.
I think he is solid A tier. So he's a good character. I just think he requires a lot more thinking than a lot of the top tiers. So as I said before, they nerfed his brain dead strategy, so you can't just run up and do back turn throw mix anymore. You can't spam up forward 4 anymore. You can't abuse back turn down 4 anymore. So there's a lot of thinking behind your decisions, I think, now. And I think he's really, really strong. But I think for the average player using Raven, you are going to have to spend more time with the character. But I still think he's strong. I think mid A tier, so quite strong. Not mid tier, but mid A tier. So I know I said mid, but he's definitely not mid tier. I think he's strong, but mid A tier I would put him. Definitely. Yeah, he's strong.
What do you think about Raven's G-Cliff? Because I feel like Master Raven's G-Cliff was annoying, but this one I don't really see the Raven players using G-Cliff that much anymore.
Okay, so G-Cliff is 1-2-4. It's only a combo on counter hit, so that's why it's called a G-Cliff, because usually G-Cliffs are only natural on counter hit. So the reason why Ravens don't use this is firstly because it's a high now, whereas it used to be high mid 1-1, but they changed it to 1-2, and it's harder to hit confirm, counter hit confirm. So you can do it, but it is harder. There's less frames to actually hit confirm before. It's still working the same way, so it's still wall splats and all that stuff. It's still wall splats. Interestingly, this I'm gonna try and wall splat you with forward. So this works as a tailspin attack now. It's a tailspin, but really in combos it's not that useful. It's only useful at the wall, if you do turn back around. That's the only time it will be useful.
Wow.
But then you just do something I don't know, for more damage. So honestly, this move as a tailspin doesn't make sense, but it's still good as a G-Clef. It's just harder to hit confirm now, and obviously it's a high. So high mid was better.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's Clef.
So yeah, it's good to know because that move was quite key for Master Raven in Tekken 7. And, and I feel like in Tekken 8, I've seen this move. I don't really see people use the move, but I've seen it in the very, very early stages, like CBT, when Raven was just first kind of playable around them times. But yeah, no, fair enough then. This character looks very, very tricky. I can't lie. So
Definitely has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, man. Definitely.
For sure. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for showing Raven to me. Like, obviously, it's an honor to have you on. If people
Thank you for having me again, man.
No worries, man. No worries. If people wanted to find out your social media and they wanted to follow you and just find out more, let them know where they can find you, man.
All right. So on all social platforms, so YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Metafy as well. It's just ImortalXSoul. So yeah, you can find me on all socials. Basically, just type in ImortalXSoul and I'll pop up.
All right, wicked, man. All right, well, that is the end of the Teach Me episode. I hope you lot enjoyed it. You know, you got to find out a lot about Raven. I got to find out some other stuff as well. So it was really interesting. He's put me off by doing this while I'm trying to do the outro. But yeah, no, I appreciate you for, like I said, I appreciate you. It's an honor to have you on. And again, I think we done the last one before, right?
Yeah, we did in Tekken 7, yeah, man.
Yeah, so
it's good to be back.
Yeah, man, it's an honor to have you on. So yeah, if you lot enjoyed this, remember to leave a comment, subscribe, support the channel, because obviously it keeps me motivated to do more videos like this. And we'll be on to the next video. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.